Today I want to talk about Darkest Dungeon, a game I started playing again when looking through my Steam library. And I gotta say, even after almost 8 years, this game still got me hooked. When I first stumbled upon this game, I knew absolutely nothing about it. However, I most certainly remember my first thought. This looks amazing.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal antediluvian evil.
As someone who has always been fascinated by visual art forms, I was absolutely stunned by the art style of this game. Up until this day, I don't remember having seen anything like it. What makes it even better is that the detail of its looks goes hand in hand with the detail of the whole game. Starting with 2 heroes bearing the names of your choosing, you embark on the grand mission to fix all the things this guy seemingly messed up.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
For these 2 heroes are only the start of your company. There are 16 playable hero classes with even more various appearances, every single one of them with a unique set of skills and designs. All of those characters can be mixed up in different parties as you please.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
This is the point where it becomes interesting, since your heroes aren't always the knights in shining armor. And if so, they most certainly won't stay that way. As you make your way through the Darkest Dungeon, they will face unspeakable horrors, if not death. Experiences that will change them and mold their unique personality. Yes, all of them have a personality built into the character, and they even talk to you or one another. They can even deny to go on a quest if they don't want to. While it's possible to treat your heroes or even cure them, things can get out of hand quickly if you're not very careful. The road to the Darkest Dungeon is dangerous.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
So dangerous, in fact, that communities have made entire guides for every possible scenario. And all of this isn't even scratching the surface of the depth of this game. Don't worry, I won't go into every rabbit hole. For instance, the incredible detailed complexity of every single ability one can learn and improve. But there are many honorable mentions, such as the fact that you can prepare for your journey, prepare for the rest during your journey, prepare for the case that something goes wrong during your journey, and of course leveling up gear and abilities of your heroes to, you guessed it, succeed in your journey. I sometimes can't believe that all of this came from a small friendship-based indie studio, because even after multiple dozens of in-game hours, I keep discovering something new. Whether it's new areas, unique enemy or boss designs, or just a new mechanic I haven't figured out yet. And I haven't even talked about DLCs. At this point, you might be thinking, DLCs? And if you don't know the game already, I know how bad the term alone can sound. But even if you combine the prices of all DLCs with the game, you haven't reached the price of a modern, full-price title. Even if it were so, I would still pay it. Because unlike many of those mentioned full-price titles, the DLCs of Darkest Dungeon actually do have something to offer. Whether it's a new questline around the sickness of vampirism, or a weird trip into chaotic new realms, it's definitely going to be something different from the base game. And this is actually the message most important to me in this video. I would pay more for games like this. And I'm not saying that other games should be like Darkest Dungeon. I'm saying that more games should be treated with love when they are created. Just like films and series, whether they are intended as art or just to have some fun. The consumer can always tell if the motivation was love or money. As far as I know, Red Hook Studios hasn't done much besides Darkest Dungeon 1 and 2. And guess what? Regardless whether they want to or not, they don't have to. For me, Darkest Dungeon has it all. The idea, the looks, the depth, the difficulty, and of course, the fun. What more do you want as a gamer? With these words, I will leave you to your thoughts. And who knows, if you haven't already, maybe you'll give this game a try. If you enjoyed watching that video, it would be nice of you to let me know via like, dislike, or a comment. If you want to see more, you can subscribe to stay in touch, or browse some of the links in the description. Here you can also find a link to my Patreon, which is the best way to ensure even more content in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Such as the fact that you can prepare your...
Speak, I cannot.
I don't know what that was. Okay, well, it's possible... sometimes I can't even believe... Why is there an eye? What the fuck? Me stupid. Okay. Sometimes... Oh, that's why. Because unlike many of mentioned full price... Because like only... Language is hard. Language is hard. Anyway, thanks for watching. And have a nice day. That sounded weird. Let's do it again.